Hey, boys and girls, the Ripple case is over.
And you're not going to believe the new Google AI that we're going to show you tonight.
We are? Oh, well,
we are.
Yeah, I guess we are. Don't you have something else to say along Google AI? The lines of Google AI?
No.
Okay. The next one is rebranding. Our Discord is rebranding now. What was once the CryptoFaz Academy is now the Faz Radio Discord. What'd you just do?
Woo!
What'd you just do? Did you turn that off?
Yes.
Well, you did the wrong one. There, that better?
If it makes you happy.
Well, this one's better. The speaker kind of does this little thing. You like this one here? Speaker's going really slow on that one. We need to fix that, so this is just a couple seconds.
Add it to my list.
One last time. Okay, let's start already. I don't know what you're doing.
My goodness.
Nice coffee mug you got there.
I should probably turn it the other way so people don't think I'm Faz. Because I have it showing this way and it makes people think I'm Faz.
I only have my green room.
Faz Radio mug. I almost used that one tonight. But yeah. But I chose the regular Faz Radio for tonight. Because we're moving into a new era, baby.
That's right. So let's start actually with the rebranding. That was the last thing that I said. So the CryptoFaz Academy Discord is no more. It is now the Faz Radio Discord. Why? Because, well, I feel it's kind of confusing. We're constantly talking about the CryptoFaz Discord, and people are probably like, what the hell is that anyway? And Faz Radio is, I think, what people know a bit better by now. So just leaving it at that. Well, yeah, that's true. What? Am I watching a CryptoFaz Academy stream? We did name it CryptoFaz Academy in the beginning. You remember that, Mr. Titan?
I do.
Still have some of those overlays? No, we don't.
Lava. You're killing me, man. I thought you guys were serious in there.
Oh, we have
so I was like, what? Right
you remember this guy in the upper right-hand corner?
Yes. So we made those emojicons or whatever they're called because you didn't want to have your face on the camera. So I said, we need video, not just audio.
Nose and scratch my ass while I was, doing the cast. And I wanted to look down at the computer and get stuff ready.
We thought these things would actually do the mouth. They would animate because we saw that Apple had that cool technology. So I had my kid make us these things. He did a really good job. They kind of look like both of us, but they wouldn't do the mouth thing. And so we were like, screw it. And then we did like 2 or 3 episodes without them, and we just had static backgrounds for probably 6 months before I finally talked Faz into going on camera. I was mad. I was like, come on, man. You just got to get over the hump.
Okay. So it was called Faz Radio because it was audio only. And now we're video. So and Faz Video doesn't sound as cool as Faz Radio. Faz Video sounds like a porn channel.
So listen, this is something I don't think we've talked about, and it's pretty important. We get a lot more downloads from Podbean for people listening to the actual cast than we do downloads from the YouTube. So that should tell you something.
I haven't logged into Podbean in forever.
Yeah, I do that. That's no big deal. It takes me 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just logged in now. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I got to check our numbers on that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And I was surprised.
Music, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, so listen, so I didn't think that was going to take off as well as it did, but it actually did. And it's been that way for quite a while. What did you do?
Aren't I the one? Aren't I the one that's paying for this Podbean stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Oh, I'm still listed as CryptoFaz Academy in there. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, we have some other things to talk about, I'm sure. Oh, but wait, let me finish on the Faz Radio Discord. So we're talking crypto anyway, but we want to talk about additional stuff. And I've always thought of Faz Radio as having additional subjects besides just crypto. And my original vision was that we'd have lots of Faz Radio shows. That's why we had the green room and we had a game show, a show where we played games and stuff like that. And eventually we get all sorts of people on and guest broadcasters and stuff. But we still have to, I think, get more popular. We have to get at least monetized first, right?
That is a goal, right? And we're moving in that direction. We were gaining subscribers, which is the most important. That's the only thing we have left. We have the watch time. We have everything else. We're looking at making sure we get to that point so we can turn on monetization. We also got to stop dropping F-bombs because we'll get strikes.
What? Really?
You got to be very selective with them. If there's too many of them, they'll give you a strike.
Have I dropped F-bombs? Wait a minute. That includes the past shows, right?
No. They'll review past shows when they approve you for monetization. And we don't drop a lot of F-bombs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could not drop some F-bombs, but I really like it.
You can once in a while.
Thumbnails. Yeah, Titan's thumbnails.
Hey, wait a minute.
A couple of effing hitmen.
Listen, so I've improved those thumbnails tremendously. It used to be just crazy stuff, and now I'm really amping it up. I'm using the technology. Canva is what I use for all of that, for almost everything I do. And I'm discovering still new things. I've been a member there, a pro member for over a year. And that thing is just taking off. And I've been doing a lot of research. I'm trying to get them better. If you guys have ideas or are a thumbnail expert, please hit me up in Discord. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm always trying to improve. That doesn't mean I am, but I'm trying to.
I got to change the email address on this. Our Faz Radio email is not working, sir. And I thought we fixed that.
We did. What'd you do to it?
It's not working. Hasn't been working. All right. So what else we got to talk about?
What did you do, Faz? Mr. Zorro is telling us that the restreams are all down. What did you do?
The restreams? What are the restreams?
Yeah, everything except YouTube isn't working.
Twitch isn't working? Says it's working here. You are live on Twitch. View on Twitch.
Yeah, Zorro let us know in the marketing channel.
And I see that we are currently streaming on Twitch. Perhaps he should go to the Faz Radio on Twitch TV. In fact, www.twitch.tv/Faz Radio.
I don't know. Maybe. Let me. What he said is the show is not restreaming in the other platforms. Are his exact words.
He's lying. There, I just put it in chat. There.
Okay.
Go to Twitch, people. Make us get us some clicks over there.
Okay, so this rebrand, we've been talking about this for a long time. And we keep saying we were going to do it. We were going to do it. I think we came out on last year's Christmas show and said we were going to, for 2024, we were going to make these changes. So here we are, 8 months later, finally making some changes.
What's there, a mouse on your shoulder?
No, you and me yipping about it. Because, I mean, we've wanted to take this to a different place for a while, but we just never got around to it. And so this is really cool that it's actually happening. Hey, John, how are you? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hope all is well. Yeah, Zorro is our tech guide for Faz Radio. He's been a tremendous help these last 10 days or so. We've got a whole bunch of new things coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you haven't been or paid attention in Discord, everything kind of changed. We pared it down. Faz got it lined out really well, nice and quick and easy and simple, which will hopefully help it all. We're going with categories instead of being so doggone specific. So I think that'll help tremendously. And there was a big kerfuffle for like an hour, I think. People were panicking because the Gala channels disappeared. They didn't quite disappear.
Who was panicking that it disappeared? I just renamed it.
Yeah, and somebody had panicked. And so if you're a premium member, you'll be able to see the archives. If you're not a premium member, you won't be able to see the archives. The crypto channel, you can still talk about Gala if you'd like, but we're going to keep it generic. We're not going to be brand specific unless we are. There might be certain things that we go brand specific with in the future, but it's not planned right now.
So yeah, we're just being more crypto specific rather than Gala. That's all. We need to move on from Gala. Gala's getting less interesting. Less people are coming over to the Discord now due to Gala becoming less interesting. The people that do come over really just want to come over to just hate on Gala, which, okay, some people are for, but it's kind of repetitive and it's not going anywhere. It is.
And I gave it up a while ago, as we all know. I don't even talk about it anymore, but I can understand some of the frustrations because just complaining isn't going to do anything. Everybody knows all the complaints already. We've all been there, right? And for some of us, maybe longer than others, but that's not doing any good to just come in and complain. If you're going to do something, do something. Go to the FTC, go to the SEC, go where you can get resolution for your particular case. Sell your stuff, do whatever you need to do, or engage with them if you'd like, right? And stay on the wagon with them. But either way, I mean, it's just literally the same complaints over and over and over and over again. And that's all there is to talk about, unfortunately. So we thought agnostic would probably be better. Oh, so Lava, speaking of your Flare channel disappearing, that can go under crypto as well if there's enough interest. I mean, we might consider that down the road, creating a special channel in the crypto area for something like that. But, that's down the road. I did catch that off a referral from YouTube because I follow you on YouTube. I caught that Flare discussion with Hugo. I listened to that at work today. That was a pretty interesting discussion. And that kind of dovetails, I was hoping you'd pick up on it, Faz, that kind of dovetails into what you wanted to talk about with XRP, right?
Well, yes, because the XRP case is finally over. Sorry, I was actually looking through Podbean at the moment and saw that we had a whole, I won't say the bad word, whole buttload of downloads in July. So
I told you.
Okay, I don't know.
People are very interested in that.
I don't know what we did in July. Anyway, the XRP case is finally over. Where's my notes? Wait, is this it? Should I close it? I don't know where my notes went. Well, just out of memory, I know that the case is over. Basically, the judge is making Ripple pay like 125 million or something like that because they apparently sold some money, some XRP directly to institutional investors. And that's all they're being dinged for. The SEC was saying, but not saying that that XRP was a security in and of itself, which the judge was made it very clear that XRP itself is not a security. So it sounds like Ripple is probably fine. I'm not a lawyer. Don't quote me. Sounds like Ripple is fine for now, but I hear something about the SEC could just appeal that case and just keep it just going ad nauseum.
Well, I think it was 145 million or 125 million they got awarded, and they had originally asked for a little over 2 billion.
Yeah.
So they got like peanuts off of that. And you're absolutely right. Your summary was great, even without your notes. It hit them on the institutional side. It didn't hit them on the retail side. And I believe, and again, this is a ton of information was coming in, and you know how like news sources and Twitter and everything can be with people taking things out of context, but it appeared at least as though they just got a slap on the hand and said, look, stop doing the institutional stuff and it's all good.
And that's like profits for them. So
well, no, so it wasn't that they, from what I gathered, and again, we need somebody who's more of an expert on this than we are. I'm just going by what I've read, which we all know.
A lawyer. Wait till Jesse hears what you're saying. He'll be like,
no, so yeah, right.
Talking about.
But apparently, from what I've gathered, it wasn't the fact that they did it to institutions, did it with institutions. It was the manner in which they did it. And it was found to be that they weren't doing it maliciously or like on purpose. So that's why the leniency, I guess you could say, was granted in that case. They were making a legitimate effort to try and do things the right way and what they thought was the right way. So that in itself was a huge win and something that we talk about all the time, in that even though you might not be 100% in compliance with whatever it is you're doing in crypto, the backstory and how you went about it and the discussions and what you did to try, you can show that you've tried to be compliant, obviously goes a long way. So to me, that was huge, and that just reinforces what we talk about here.
Okay. So M. Ice here says, XRP won the case, but Ripple's not allowed to sell XRP. So does that mean they can't, quote, stabilize the price at 50 cents anymore through sales? Okay, it's important to remember, even this is pretty public knowledge. Ripple's sales account for a very, very small amount of XRP traffic worldwide. No, they can't control the price. It's too much is out there for them to be able to control that price. Yes, they've sold a lot of stuff in the past through exchanges, but they've been doing that for since 20, I don't know, whatever. I got involved in 2017, so I don't know, for years before 2017, 2013. So yeah, I mean, they've been doing it for so long. No, they don't control enough. They don't control enough of XRP to do that. They don't sell enough of XRP to do that. So no, they can't stabilize the price themselves. And also, it would be better. Sorry, I need to center myself in the camera because Titan would like me to for our shorts. If XRP had a higher price, if XRP was $100 per ZERP, that's what they call them. If XRP was $100 per ZERP, that would actually be better for them, because the fees for sending XRP would be lower. It's like, I forgot, a percentage of an XRP of a ZERP to make to send to another wallet and stuff like that. That fee doesn't change no matter what the price is. I think it's like 0.1 or 0.2 XRP or something like that. So that fee doesn't change. So if XRP is $1,000 per XRP, cool, fees go down. So anyway, it would be better if it was a higher price. Nobody's stabilizing the price. Stabilizing. And if that's the case, are they doing it with Bitcoin? Because people would be far more interested in doing that for Bitcoin. I think MicroStrategy has the most Bitcoin right now, right?
I believe so. I don't know if Grayscale or any of those have more. Well, I think they sold a lot. CryptoView, Ripple is testing the stablecoin. You know what? I saw this, the RLUSD, and there was all kinds of warnings all over Twitter. Yeah, RLUSD. Today that it's not issued yet. So this is important. It's not issued. So they were saying if someone's trying to sell you RLUSD, it's not legit. So don't jump into that quite yet, is what all the warnings were saying a little bit earlier.
We need an expert. What does CryptoView know? Is he involved with Ripple and XRP?
He's probably actually Brad in disguise. He wears one of those rubber masks. It's Brad in a rubber mask, and he calls himself CryptoView. Okay,
Lava here says that there's 2 stable coins. What? I don't know. They seem to be like yelling at each other.
They're arguing. They're kind of like you and me. They just argue a lot, and they're really good friends. But really, this is big news, because that hopefully will put some reality into the SEC by saying you don't get to get guaranteed wins anymore. You're going to have to fight for these wins, and you're going to have to prove more than just saying a few things like we're the experts and we think this is a security in order for something big to come out of this. And they can't just go around start suing people and expect results. It'll also not provide as much, because Faz, you've pointed this out 100 times with the precedent, right? It also not set a blanket precedent that if the SEC comes knocking, they're going to win. That is a really, really huge message that was sent. And I don't think people are understanding the impact of that, because it used to be if the SEC was knocking on your door, you were dead duck, just sitting in the water. But now it's going to take a lot more to get to that same burden of evidence, which is to me is huge.
So would you be interested in buying? Wait a minute. First of all, CryptoView says RLUSD is live on XRP right now. I'm seeing articles here saying they're beginning to test their stablecoin right now, RLUSD, on XRP Ledger and Ethereum. So here's a question for you. Would you hold that as a stablecoin then?
I would.
Really?
If it is, and this is like counterproductive to what I bitch about with decentralization.
That's
right?
why I'm asking you, sir.
Yeah, I know. You set me up for failure. If it's the official stablecoin, meaning issued by the entities that are within the XRP ecosystem, then yes, I would be happy to hold that. Here's what I'm discovering. Wait, no, if you had anything else, go, because I have a small diatribe that I wanted to go on regarding that.
Yeah, and here I distracted you from that. Okay, go ahead.
So what I'm finding is, like, for years, a lot of the people even listening here are familiar with Gala. If you're not familiar with Gala, go back, listen to our other podcasts from the last 3 years. But we're familiar with digging ourselves into an ecosystem and then just staying there. And everything outside is like noise and invisible and everything else. And what I've found over the last few years and how I've taken my portfolio and what I've done is I'm diving into several ecosystems and I'm picking the strong ones. XRP and XRPL are obviously very, very solid, very stable, very centric kind of systems. They're I don't want to say centralized, but they're centric to what the community looks for in an ecosystem. There's many things that you can do within it. And we talk about giving utility. There's been a lot of utility being discussed in some of these bigger platforms. So I immersed myself, as I've talked about in the previous podcasts, into the Stellar term, right? And the Stellar ecosystem and what they have to offer. They have DEXs. They have all kinds. They have an entire ecosystem, what you would term a metaverse. And I had no idea about that. I thought it was just the Stellar coin before. So there's if you look into it, and I want to park myself in a couple of these strong ecosystems and run with it. I've been doing a lot of research lately. I've been using Dex tools and everything else to amplify my knowledge on the Solana ecosystem, which is way bigger than I even could imagine it was. XRP, we've had CryptoView on before talking about it. The XRPL, we have to get deeper into that. The Stellar ecosystem, and quite honestly, Polkadot. Polkadot ecosystem is way bigger than I thought it was. I started watching some stuff on them. It's not just a token, and it's not just a side chain.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Why I bought into it when it first came out. Didn't buy a lot of it, but I got a bunch of it.
So I do think you're going to fall into, there's probably going to be between 5 and 10 major ecosystems that are going to survive this mess. And I don't want to exclude things like meme coins, because the meme coins fall under a lot of those. Go ahead.
Okay. So here's the thing. Saying that there's going to be one or a few cryptos that win out over all the other cryptos is like saying that there's going to be one or a few websites that win out over over all the other websites. It doesn't work like that. Okay, the way that crypto is going, there's going to be a million different ecosystems, and that's okay. That's what we want. You're not going to have, in my opinion, well, at least not anytime soon, like within the next 50 years, one ecosystem to rule them all. People are kind of wanting another US dollar with crypto, but crypto is more than just money. Crypto is things. It's value being tokenized and stuff like that. You can tokenize value in a lot of different ways. NFTs are only one of them. You can have a dedicated crypto that tokenizes value that is not dollars. So you're going to have a lot of new and ingenious kind of cryptos out there, and you can't have one crypto rule them all. Even for finance, people are going to constantly change. Remember how the companies get ahead. All the people, all those over oppressive government entities and company entities and stuff like that. They make their money by changing things up every once in a while. Oh, we're all using Bitcoin. Now we're using Fredcoin. Fredcoin is the main coin now. And then it's going to go into something else. It's going to go into something else. No, it's never going to be just one that's going to win out over all of them, in my opinion.
So I did want to look at that, because I disagree with you. I think there's going to be anywhere between 5 and 10 major ones. Okay.
Would you say that Ethereum is an example of a major one right now that's kind of ruling over all other cryptos?
No, and here's why. You don't need Ethereum to exist to have the rest of the things that fall under the Ethereum chain on it. Whereas like the XRPL, Polkadot, you kind of have to have them in order for it to work a little bit better.
Now you can tokenize XRP on other chains as well. In fact, RLUSD is going to be on the Ethereum chain as well as the XRP chain. Come on, back me up, CryptoView.
So that's where I was going to go next, is as an example, right? The XRPL, we talk about the XRPL. Not a lot of people, including myself, know exactly what that means, right? So I have Zaman, and Zaman is the old Zum wallet until they got sued for some copyright or something. And so I don't know where that is. Where do I go to find all these, like Solana, for example? You can go to a place and it'll list out all the things on the Solana ecosystem that it's like a wiki board that has all the things you can do on it. They have the same for Stellar. You can go there to the main Stellar hub and it'll kick you out like a little wiki. There's all kinds of little apps that you can either interact with directly or get downloads for your phone. Where do I go for XRPs? Like ecosystem wiki. to find all this cool stuff. I've played with Zaman quite a bit, and I love it, but it is confusing, and it's a little bit different, right?
Okay, well, I don't know anything about Zaman. I used it when it was Sum. That's how they pronounce it, Sum. But when I used it, it was just a wallet. You're looking for a main wallet or something?
I'm looking for, right, so I don't have it bookmarked on this computer, so I can't show it. But I can go to a website, and it's something Solana.ai or OI or whatever, IO. And at that site, they have all of the various, it's like little icons. And it tells you, and you can search by if you want an exchange, a DEX, or an app. And it'll take you right there, and it has all the wallets that are available for it.
So Zaman is kind of like MetaMask then, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, because that's all I've been able to use it for.
Okay, so
but maybe I'm missing something.
So MetaMask isn't a... So the way crypto works is you have the crypto, and then you have UIs to be able to allow you to operate these cryptos or use these cryptos. So the UIs are not the same as the crypto, and the UIs you can think of a lot like browsers, Firefox and Internet Explorer and Brave browser and Chrome and stuff like that. I mean, it's the same thing. You can come up with 6 different wallet providers to manage the same wallet if you want to, because they're just UIs for that stuff. So what are you thinking of when you're thinking of, like, well, CryptoView here saying 98% of tokens will disappear, and so some tokens are going to be like the main tokens. I'm thinking that there's always going to be churn. There's going to be new tokens kind of moving up, and perhaps they're implementing a feature. I don't know. Let's say that one token implements a video feature, and then that video feature eventually gets subsumed into Bitcoin. Then that token goes away. Maybe that very code gets subsumed into Bitcoin. I can see that as supporting your idea that there's only one token, but I can also see people wanting to stay on those other dedicated chains, just like we have dedicated Discords and stuff like that. We have the FazRadio Discord right now. That's a dedicated Discord. Why would people want to go to that when they can go to a Discord that has 55 million subjects on it, that they can talk with anybody and anything? It's about what that coin provides for them.
Yeah, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of them. I think there's going to be 5 to 10 major ones, maybe a few minor ones. But I think the rest of it will suss itself out, and there's not. There's still
have new features that the other coins can't do, that the big coins can't do, that smaller coins will do first. Holographic storage, I don't know, something like that. That the holographic coin does that Bitcoin does not. That's there. They've got a ramp up right there, and if they can catch on, then they can start eating features from other coins. I don't think that's going to stabilize the way that you're talking about for a long time. I mean, I'm thinking 50 to 100 years, because the economy's got to wrap itself around how certain coins work. But the economy's going to want to be coin agnostic.
That's why a lot of my holdings right now are in the interchain operability sector, right? Getting these chains to eliminate bridges and just make transferring from ETH to Avalanche instant and seamless right in your wallet. And that is, I think, going to be the next major breakthrough, because that's what's needed the most. Because a lot of these, like, you have even the collective, right? And Jesse, both with Seed Starter, went with Base. Getting money to Base is fairly easy, but it's not easy enough yet. You should be able to just go into whatever wallet you have, whatever wallet of choice that you have. I'm a big fan of Rabby now. I love Rabby wallet. You can go in there, you can push a button and say, move this to the Base chain. Bang, you hit it, approve the fee, it's done. That's where I think the next major breakthrough has to come through. And I know that in Zaman Wallet, the XRP interface there, I switched between, I got some weird drop in there, and I switched it over to XRP instantly with one button push. With Songbird and with Flare, it's one button push. It switches. It's done.
Yeah. Okay. So we saw this. MICE is saying the same thing. Near just announced bridgeless bridging, but allowing smart contracts on Near to manage wallets for other chains. Yeah, that's a great innovation. So and it's exactly what you're talking about. So I'm seeing coins and wallets doing exactly what the internet did in the early 90s. If you remember, well, I remember back when it was the only way that you could get an email address was what America Online used to be. I think AOL has been around since like 1987. When in 1987, there was also a competitor named Quantum Link. And I knew that if I wanted to get a real internet email address in 1987, I could go onto Quantum Link because I had a Commodore 64, and I don't think AOL took Commodore 64s.
No, you couldn't.
But in the early 90s, I remember in 94, I couldn't get in order to get an email address, I could then go to the public library in the college town that I lived in, and then I could get an email address through them. I had to show my ID, and then they would give me a library card, then they'd also give me an email address. And then as time went on, I think 97, when you had like Yahoo, then you can get a Yahoo email. Oh my God, that was life-changing, because it's like, oh my God, you can get your email so much easier. The whole point is, and in the past, before Yahoo, you had to have an email like program on your computer which stored all your emails. So you had to store everything. And it took me a while to trust the internet to do it. But the point is, it got easier and easier and easier to get email addresses, to the point where it's now you just sign up for an account at Google or at Gmail and you're set up. So that's what's going to happen with coins. There's going to be 500 million wallet providers out there. I bet Google is going to be one of them. You're going to get a Google wallet, and it's going to integrate with your email, and it's going to integrate with your Amazon, it's going to integrate with everything else, and you don't have to worry about all that stuff. But we still have to get the federal government to play along. Once they embrace it, that's when all this stuff is coming together.
It's not dependent on the government. That has nothing to do with it, because MetaMask is a huge success, has nothing to do with the government.
Yeah, it does, because the government can shut you down if they don't like you, and they can come up with reasons.
That's okay.
Shut down MetaMask. They can't shut down the crypto, but they can shut down MetaMask.
That's okay. I have seed phrases. I can take it to my next wallet, and it integrates seamlessly.
Need an internet service provider in order to get to your wallet, right? They can just go to the internet service provider and then block out certain websites or certain protocols. They can get you at the last mile. So don't say that they can't stop you. They have to buy in, or at least allow you to do things to a certain degree. Yes, there's going to be things like Tor that will get around that. But if a government is determined, you're not going to be able to access crypto. Sorry.
I don't know about that. You explained it really well in a cast that we did.
Electricity to access your Bitcoin. Don't think that you don't need what the government is providing you. If they really wanted to, they could stop you. The good news is it happens to violate some laws to lock down your freedom in such a way.
At least for now.
Well, okay. See, I just hit into your conspiracy gene. Now you're agreeing with me just because I just mentioned that.
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with that specific point. Yes, not the whole diatribe you put out there.
Yeah, if the government really wanted to shut down crypto, in my opinion, they could stop most people from accessing it. Yeah, you'd have a large underworld of people who could get around that stuff, but grandma's never going to use crypto. Grandma's not using it right now, and there's a lot of easy tools out there like MetaMask and your vaunted wallet there.
Rabby. I love it.
So, is Grandma using Rabby? How is she keeping track of her seed?
I don't care if Grandma. Listen, people are gonna be referring to you and me as Grandpa here pretty soon. But we're staying in tech with or in touch with tech. There's a lot of people who don't, and a lot of people who don't on the daily now. And that's going to be a problem because this is the way the world is going. And eventually you're going to run out of the people who you dub as grandma and grandpa who can't figure out a smartphone or anything else. It's an 80-year cycle, right? Have you ever heard about this? It's an 80-year cycle, and then things automatically jump exponentially because that previous generation is long since gone. So that's where your tech jumps are going to happen, I think.
Well, we're keeping young, okay, because there are, okay, it's obvious there are grandmas right now. There are people in their 80s accessing the blockchain right now through MetaMask and stuff. It just happens to be most people. Come on, most grandmas have no. I'm not going to curse. Have no clue what blockchain is, nor do they care. They'll say, "Why can't I just use my U.S. dollars?" And you try to explain that U.S. dollars can be inflated into silliness, and they don't care. That's what they've used all their lives, and they're not going to change.
No, so I understand that completely because my mother, right? She's in her 70s. No, she's in her 70s, and I finally convinced her to get a computer and to get online and all that stuff, but she wouldn't take a regular computer because she was afraid of viruses and all that stuff, right? So I got her a Chromebook, and she started messing with this Chromebook and absolutely loved it. But what she won't do is she won't sign up for online banking. She absolutely refuses. And I've tried to have that conversation. I've tried to push her over the edge, and she just absolutely won't do it. And I said, listen, if people get that, if somebody steals your checkbook, which she still has a checkbook, they can go to your bank, and if you don't have an account and they know enough about you, they can open an online account with that information. They can make a fake ID to scan and all this stuff. I said, so you're actually safer by having an online account, even if you don't use it. So getting them over that hump, though, it's very difficult for them to understand how that works. It took her 2 years before she even used her credit card online to buy anything. I had to create her. I finally got her set up with email and stuff like that. But she did she's real big into Ancestry and all that kind of stuff. So I had to create her an email at one of my domains just so she had an email to use to go to Ancestry.com and use it as a login because she was too afraid to use email. But she's come a long way. I've kind of got her as far as I think I can get her.
All right, MI makes a good point. Knowing AI will be more important to keep up on than crypto. That is true. Actually, I think crypto and AI are going to work well together. So AI, when things start getting very ubiquitous, kind of like the internet, we can't say, well, when the internet started, because it started like in the early 70s. We have to say, well, when it got popular, when it got well known. AI is going to be exactly the same way as well. It's just going to get more and more and more, and it's going to creep into our lives, and then we're just going to use it all the time. AI can figure out all these hard things to do with crypto, and you're just going to need to ask it to pay for something in Bitcoin, or just pay for something. It might not matter what money you have.
That's a perfect segue, M-Ice. Thank you for that, and you're absolutely right. But keeping up with AI, speaking of the other segment that we wanted to hit, I stumbled on this today. I didn't know this even existed until today. And before the show, I went and I started playing with this, and it's the new Google AI tools. And when you think of Google and AI, you say, oh, well, there's Gemini and all this stuff. This is the infamous Google Labs, right? So let me share my screen. Share my tab. Okay.
I'm still quite unhappy with Flare Crypto View. I was supposed to be airdropped a whole buttload of Flare because I had all this XRP. And then Flare scaled back what they're going to airdrop and then made so you had to claim it certain ways. That's been a pain in the ass.
So if you go to labs.google, you don't even need the .com. You'll come to this. And what they have now is they have what is considered like Apple Notes, which is the notebook language model. They have Gemini now for Google Workspace. They have the music, the video, and the image. So you can try these now. With the video, you have to join the wait list, right? But this is amazing. So I'm going to do a quick example because I was playing with this and I was blown away, right? Oh, I'm not signed into Google. Let me sign in. Come on, you.
It's our full screen there, Mr. Titan.
And next. And I've got to agree to this. I can't get the little gizmo flopper. There it is. It's basically telling you whatever you put in here, we own, right? So this is really cool, and you'll see this. What you see here, and I don't know if I can highlight this. Yeah, I can highlight it a little bit. When you type your prompt, it'll pick up on the keywords and give you a drop down so that you can change those on the fly.
We
right?
Can't see any prompt here.
What are you looking at? What do you see?
Looking at a beaker with some pink thing.
Oh shoot! I gotta change. Hang on, I gotta change my my thing. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Test kitchen. There we go. Okay. So let's start with the music because that's really cool.
You need to show it on the screen. Let me press the button here. There you go. Go for it.
All right, we're going to launch music. So over here on the left, you have your prompt, and over on the right, it creates your songs, right? So I would like a 2000 era industrial techno beat with hard bass and a big drop set in a medium tone and hit generate. And it optimizes the prompt, you'll see, and I'll get drop downs to where I can change things on the fly. So it takes a minute for this to go. Are you hearing that?
I heard it.
Good.
I don't know if anybody else
and it'll
did.
give you another one. And you can download these directly. But here, look at how cool this is, right? So it gives you, it pulls the keywords, and you can choose a different piece.
I'm waiting for the day, frankly, that I can upload some music and I can say, make music like this.
And you hit generate, and it'll generate you 2 new 30-second clips based on what you put in here. I was mixing 80s synth pop with heavy metal.
Okay, can you mix it with the Flintstones theme?
No, because that's branded. The rules are you have to be generic.
Spanish guitar. Put it in. Mix with Spanish guitar. Well, what you had previously.
No. Let's see. Dub step beat with a Spanish guitar set in a romantic and seductive tone.
Wait. I want some hard bass in there too. Hard bass.
Throw in a little bit of hard bass.
This is my creation, not yours.
Hang on. Give it a minute. It'll throw some drop downs. There you go. Look at that. Let's see what it'll throw us.
a lot harder than that.
Let's see if this one's any better.
Come on.
But
a lot of hard bass.
Soothing with
a lot
of hard bass. Kick the speed up to fast.
Turn it up to 11.
That romantic and soothing, I think, is killing us.
Anyway, sounds good.
But I think,
I think just something here with this.
Right. So this will give you the ability to instantly create whatever it is that you want. This blew me away. All right. This is the image side of it. And I'll take 2 minutes and we'll create some images. But you literally can't tell that it's not a picture. So we go like a detailed photograph of a Roman gladiator in, what was that thing called? The Colosseum.
Can you say a CryptoPunk Roman gladiator, please?
Roman gladiator fighting a lion in a match, in a death match.
I want a CryptoPunk gladiator.
All right, you got to wait a minute. I want to illustrate quickly what this looks like and how good this is.
Count his fingers, folks. How many fingers has he got there?
4. All right, let's add a CryptoPunk style Roman gladiator. And right now, because this is labs, this is free to use and free to test with.
I like to come up with all sorts of cockamamie stuff here.
You can get like ridiculous. I want to show the like. See this? Yeah, there you go.
No.
This looks kind of like a painting. So hang on 1 second. Detailed photograph of a woman drinking coffee on the beach at sunset. Now, I want to get the same quality that I got from some of the examples that I used earlier, because the quality of this, it looks like it came out of your iPhone. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. How do you tell the difference between that and something you took out of your iPhone?
So I think a very quick look, you won't find anything these days. I mean, you could, the only way you can really tell is you start analyzing like the fabric that they're wearing, if it's inconsistent or whatever. But yeah, that's a good point. This is getting foolishly good.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I'll stop sharing now. But that's where we're headed, man. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. In in the space of another year with the video, because we haven't seen the video yet. They're still working on that because obviously the bandwidth is like ridiculous for that. You're not going to be able to tell reality from AI in a photograph or a video or anything, the way that how fast this is coming. It was just a year ago that you and I were sitting there and we had, go look at your zip bugs from a year ago compared to now.
Yes,
go
I use AI in the creation of my zip bugs. But if you notice, I keep asking what I can upload that it can work with. I don't personally like AI to come up with everything for me. What I want to do is start it going, have it modify it, and then go back and work with that. I like to go back and forth just because I want my idea, my look to be on there, which when you ask AI to do something, it's just going to give you the best thing that you can describe, but you're not going to get exactly what you're looking for yet.
Right. It's close.
So I was teasing something because I want to make sure that we have time for this. Can you look in the upper right-hand corner?
Oh, absolutely.
So I figured we can continue talking about AI, but there's something that's going to be happening in the next week, I think. Yeah, the next week.
That's the latest, now. Absolutely.
But I can't really say a lot because it's not really mine to say, but it has to do with this thing right there, which I've been authorized to be able to tell people about. What's that, you might ask? It's this thing. So something's coming with that thing right there.
Absolutely. And we all know where that comes from. That is Mr. Nate Harper, Forged in Crypto, who we've had on this show dozens of times over the years. He's been running NerdNode now for several years. He's doing very well with that. But he's developing the Deep Network with a group of people who are absolute amazing human beings. And if you haven't gotten your node, get it now, because we're looking at starting things up according to what the latest estimates are, is about a week or so, things will be going live, as in getting it out there, not the network live, but getting things out there and launching on the official side, the Deep Network. And I'm pretty excited about this. Over the years, and I had a discussion with somebody in Faz Radio Discord the other day about this. I've known Nate now for 2 years, probably at least. And everybody has their quirks, right? But what I can tell you is not only meeting him in person, but all the discussions, we did a podcast together for a while. We've had online, offline discussions. The guy is genuine. All right. And as much as people will look upon like some of the whales in the community as like sucking the life out of people and just out for money and everything else, I can promise you that is not what Nate is about. So that is something that I hold near and dear, and I will argue to the end of time on. It's not about the money. It's about accomplishment for him and doing what he says he's going to do and putting it forward. So the discussion had been about, oh, here's another node. It's everybody's out to make money. That's not what this is about. I wholeheartedly believe that because I know the man personally, and I've known him for a while. And I don't have anything but the utmost respect for him.
All right, so we are coming upon an hour here, sir. So do you have anything left to talk about here, or are we done?
No, I want to thank everybody for their support, though, as we make these changes. And we've gotten a lot of feedback, okay? And that feedback is ridiculously valuable to us. We want to make this very, very worth your time. So any feedback that you have, please let us know. If you like the changes, you don't like the changes, If you think we should be doing things one way, we had Shan Ratty earlier up there telling us to get new thumbnails. Those are my thumbnails, Shan Ratty. You're telling me my thumbnails suck. They might. He might be right. I'm trying though. I'm trying really hard, right? So listen, I'm going to let you in on a secret. So for these new thumbnails, I get inspiration from AI. I either use Claude or I use ChatGPT, and I feed it the transcript, and I say, give me 5 ideas for how to make an engaging, interesting, and clickable thumbnail for YouTube. And it gives me those ideas, and I process those ideas, and I say, oh, I like this from this one, I like this from that one, I like this from that one, and I try to put it together into a thumbnail. And of course, I have to design the whole thing, which isn't easy, but that's how these new thumbnails have come about. So if you don't like them, that's feedback taken. I will analyze the way that I do that a little bit differently, maybe.
Well, that reminds me, we should probably plug this Discord right there. I just put that in chat there. We should probably put that on the description below as well. That's
yes, I make all that. I make all that post show now.
Oh, okay.
So
I just changed it just this second. It was CryptoFaz,
right,
but now it's Faz Radio.
I had to watch what I was clicking for our connections too, because you still had a CryptoFaz Academy connection up there. I had to make sure and not click that one.
Yeah. See? Okay.
But there is one last thing. I've got to pat Faz on the back a little bit. You've heard me over the last 3 years gripe about Faz, about it takes forever for him to do something, right? He's been kicking my ass the last week and a half with this change, and he's gotten so much done, it's ridiculous. So I have to give him a little bit of love and thanks for making these changes, for coming up with a great plan to get it done, and actually executing the things that he has to do that I can't do for it. You know, even though I have access to most of our stuff, he has to do a lot of it on his side before I can even do any of my stuff. So thank you very much for a very good transition and getting the things done that we needed to get done. That was really helpful.
I think actually that might have something to do with our increased numbers, that I hooked up things like TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
I've been begging you forever for all that, and now we're in.
Busy,
and
man.
You have already seen some very good results, and it's only been like 3 days.
But well, the question though is, do we have subscribers? Are we going to have people that are interested in supporting us? We should find out a good way.
We will get there. So that's why I keep asking for feedback. People aren't going to want to subscribe and support this platform if we're not providing them with value. I'm trying really hard to provide value. I know you are too. That's why we want the feedback. We want to provide as much value as humanly possible on this. We don't do this because we just like talking. We do this to provide value to others. So please let us know. Give us that feedback. Shows you want to see, things you want to see differently on the show or in Discord or anything else. We want to tailor this as much to the community as we possibly can.
All right. Well, thank you for playing. And on that note,